Hello and welcome to another update video about Fantom. Really excited about Fantom at the moment because it seems to be behaving, it seems to be recovering after I hit my correction target area here. It has turned around pretty much as expected. It's still not guaranteed that, that the low was already in. There is still potential for the price to drop. I mean, look at what we did last time here when we came down to 127 or 130. We moved up all the way up to $2.09. In a corrective move up before we came down, and again the potential is still there. Unfortunately, the potential is still there. However, we crossed already an important resistance support level here at 143, and the last video I made you aware of a breakout point, and whenever you break these, then you typically can see a move. As we broke that level, we saw that move. And I think we are approaching the next resistance here at 170. You can see here we had a bit of resistance going on. And if we take a look at the VPVR, just open that up, we can see that we have a little bit of a peak here. And this is also the level that I mentioned in the last video. That was the next peak in terms of the VPVR, where we can expect resistance before we are going to reach the 200-day moving average that is very close to $2, yeah? So this is now the next level we need to break through. In the last video, I showed you the 50-day moving average, and Fantom was getting to a decision point here. And again, this was the breakout point, and as we moved above it, that was back here at around 153. We have jumped all the way up to 168. The pump already started down here when we pulled back to that trend line, even lost it briefly, but the retest didn't work out, from below. So we moved very, very strongly here with that daily candle above the 50-day moving average, and the 50-day moving average even closed above it. So that is so important. And now we can continue our journey to that. So as I said, 170 here is the next level. That is where we are pretty much. If that is broken, I think we can get easily to the 197, 198 mark. That will be the 200-day moving average. Bear in mind that Bitcoin is currently struggling a little bit with that level, but I think Fantom should be able to reach it, but only if Bitcoin behaves. At the moment, Bitcoin seems to be behaving, and if Bitcoin continues to behave, that will not be a problem. Now above that level, I think we can start thinking about that the low might already be in. We have obviously reached here the target area. Again, for all cryptos that reach those target areas, the low can be in. It doesn't need to be in. Here, obviously, we didn't go really deeply into the target area. So primarily, personally, at the moment, until we reach that $2 level and break above the 200-day moving average, and ideally even break above that $2.10 level here, I still see a lot of downside potential, and the reason is, yes, we reached the target area. That's all fine. From a chart point of view, it did what it needs to do in terms of completing the correction, but it did not reach really the 78.6% fib level. That is a level that is oftentimes reached in such a wave too. So that would be at 87 cents. I would actually expect the price to come once more into that area. However, at the moment, we see very, very nice profit. My buy orders triggered down here in that region, made you aware that the target area is a buying area, and therefore we are currently very, very nicely in profit from the low, actually. So anybody who made it here to buy that low, we are now, or Fantom has already made 63%. This is not percent, but it feels like Fantom was a little bit late to the game, so it's now catching up, which is useful, Some cryptos already just below the 200-day moving average. Fantom not yet. I think Fantom is going to get there. And again, I think TA is playing out here. We talked about all of these moves here, defined that target area here. There was profits were taken here, and we started rebuying somewhere on the way down here. So I think at the moment, it's all going according to plan with Fantom. Fantom, from my point of view, I like the project. I have no idea if it will be here in 5 years' time, but it's a highly volatile cryptocurrency and therefore really good for swing trading. That is also why I have it in my swing trading portfolio, because it is really good for taking, those higher level trades here, for example, selling here, buying back down here. And we are going to take profits again when we move higher. At least I'm going to do that. And you can, of course, follow if you choose to do so. If you sell or buy, that's eventually your decision. I can't really help you with that. I can only tell you what I'm doing. and maybe help you understand the charts. Now, the daily RSI is still pushing higher, so there is no slowing down in the momentum. So at the moment, there is no concern that that uptrend should be stopping. We're actually just extending away. We are not yet overbought on the daily, so also here there's a bit more upside potential. So could really reach that, what is it, the 197, 198 level. Very, very good, and that also shows why Fantom is a little bit late to the game. On the MACD, most cryptos, or a lot of cryptos I would say, have already had their bullish crossover on the MACD, on the 4-day chart. Fantom hasn't done that yet. And that is so important why some cryptos move in groups. Yeah, I mean, they all pretty much align to Bitcoin, but Fantom was very late with its wave B peak here, and much later than Bitcoin. And therefore we could also assume that the correction happened much later. You know, this was already when Bitcoin started to move up. Fantom still was correcting down, so it was a little bit decoupled from Bitcoin. Yeah, and again, therefore, in my opinion, it is so important to analyze every chart individually. With Fantom, I remained sort of short-term bearish, and even while Bitcoin was moving up, I remained adamant that it will come down into the target area, and it did. And I just want to visualize really and make you understand that it is so important, therefore, to analyze charts individually. A lot of people say, not a lot of people, but some people say everything moves with Bitcoin anyway, so you don't need to look at every single crypto. But yeah, you do, because cryptos move in different waves, even though they sometimes or often even are very similar. You know, if you know my Terra Luna video, that has a completely different wave count. Some cryptos have completely different waves, and here Fantom is just a bit late in the game. So if you can identify these cryptos which are a bit late, you can understand that they also will make a nice move. Just because they're a bit later, they will also be late in the move up. Yeah, and Fantom shows this again. It was the same story when Fantom was coming down. Told you back here that we were just very late with that pump, and that the correction would be starting, and then we came down, and now we are starting to recover. Now, was the low already in? I can't tell you, but what we can certainly see is that this move up is much stronger than anything we had in this whole downtrend. So chances are there, but we really need to break above that $2.08 level, in my opinion, to get the confirmation. And we also want to have the proper 5-wave structure in place to be very confident. After an initial wave 1, what we're going to do, we're probably going to come down in a wave 2 anyway, before we start the next wave 3, then wave 4 and wave 5. So, you know, there will be another entry point possible. So yeah, that's pretty much my view here on Fantom at the moment. I think really positive about this chart at the moment. I think further price increases are possible, at least to the 200-day moving average in the short term. But the longer term view anyway is, you know, to take Fantom to maybe 550, 680 here, the 1.618 extension or the 200% extension in the next major wave up. So yeah, that's my view about Fantom. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.